Michael, there's this concept called group wisdom. Is this some variation of that?
Yeah. We know there's this phenomenon called wisdom of the crowds, and it's there used to be this old thing where they'd be in stores, there'd be this giant jar of jelly beans, right? And people would try to guess how many jelly beans. And so the result there is that every individual person is quite off, and nobody has any idea how many jelly beans are there. But if you just average all the guesses, it turns out that the crowd is spot on. And so this phenomenon has been known for a long time. And our initial hypothesis was that something like that was happening, that basically every embryo was contributing some amount of information, and together they were able to have a much more steady view of what a correct embryo was supposed to be. And remember, these are frog embryos, so these start out as frog eggs, and they're these little, they're about a millimeter in diameter, and there's many of them in a petri, developing in a petri dish. So originally, that's the thought we had, but then Angela found a very interesting piece of data which suggests that the real story is more complex and more interesting, which is that if you were to compose a group of some embryos that were exposed to teratogens and some embryos that were never exposed, the simple model would suggest that it would actually work quite well, because the animals that were never exposed to the teratogens, well, they have a very good idea of how to make their body and their organs, and they should do a great job of informing the others of any information that they might be missing, right, in terms of that teratogen. But it turns out that actually that doesn't work. You need the optimal effect is when everybody was affected by the teratogen, and it's the result of having confronted this influence and having overcome it that is actually what's necessary. Everyone has to have seen it in order for the group to know what to do, which is super interesting, and it means that it's a much more active process. It isn't just that I know what I know, and I'm just going to spread that information, and everybody else can make use of it. No, it's actually that most likely what's happening is that information is being derived on the fly. As embryos are encountering these external threats, they are deriving signals that are important for them to reinforce the normal path that they take through this space of possible configurations, and they're sharing that information with each other.